Good day guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to episode number 5 of our Nostalgia Journeyman, our journey through 90s football in a modern game. I'm loving this series, I'm having a lot of fun. Now, in the previous episode, we completed our 2 seasons at Deportivo without actually winning anything. Sadly, we came close a couple of times, but there was still that just step. We couldn't get past Real Madrid. So at the end of the 2 seasons, as I stipulated on my own rules, I have to resign and move on to the next one. Now, you'll see, it is the 17th of October. It took me a few months to find a job, and the only reason I managed to get a job, because nothing was coming up, was because France sacked their manager. And Auxerre's manager, if we have a look at Auxerre, and then we have a look at the history, Guy Roux left after apparently being 50 years in charge of Auxerre. I don't think that was the case. He resigned and he has gone on to be the manager of France. So that left an opportunity for Auxerre. And I applied for it. I got it very, very quickly. Within a couple of days, I was in. And I think in the end, actually, if we have a look at it, I joined on the 6th, didn't have any games, and I've moved it up to the first game that we are going to play and simulate it from the rest of here. Things are looking okay at the moment. They have got a huge squad. I mean, that is a ginormous squad. In fact, actually, I need to rearrange that. How many players do we have? 26-man squad at the moment, with a couple of youth players in there, but an old one as well. I mean, I've got... how many players here? 12 players, all over the age of 30. And the keeper's not very good either, which is more disappointing, but I mean, what can you do? It's difficult, to say the least, especially when you're in October and you're joining as the season starts. So, financially wise, I've got £5.5 million budget. Debts and loans, it's not too bad. It's okay. A little bit of an overall balance, but at this point in time, and I didn't realise at this point in time, the French league, even though it has a really good reputation now, it's still not the best reputation in Europe, in my opinion, anyway. That's all thanks down to PSG, Lyon, Monaco, to an extent. But back in the 90s, the French league wasn't anywhere near as highly rated. And if we have a look at teams like Auxerre, the reputation of 3-star, if we have a look at Saint Etienne, 2.5-star, Marseille, 3-star, PSG, only 3-star, even though they've got amazing training facilities. So the reputation of the French league wasn't the best at this point in time, which means it obviously affects the caliber of player that can be brought in and so on and so forth. That being said, Guy Roux, being a French manager, moving over to the French national team, he didn't start off too bad. And as I say, this is where we've come up to, like, sort of the October break. So our first game, what I'm simulating from, is going to be this one at Le Havre. But he did have a good start. We're in a good position in the league. We're 6th. We're in shooting distance of European football. I do believe, yes, we are in UEFA Cup as well. So we've got a lot to play for. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate the season to the end of the season. Roll the highlights reel. And I'll see you guys in a few seconds. After resigning from Deportivo, we did have to be a little patient before landing in Auxerre. But it was like we'd never been away and we hit the ground running. And we had to, as our first match was 10 days after joining. A 4-2 win versus Le Havre set us up nicely for the season. A 3-0 versus Rennes, a 2-1 versus PSG, and a 5-0 versus Toulouse also helped. It wasn't all perfect, of course. A 2-0 loss to Sochaux, a 3-2 loss to Metz, and a 2-1 loss to Strasbourg made things a little nervous. But 6-2 win versus Marseille, a 4-0 win versus Caen, and an 8-1 hammering of Nantes meant it took us less than 1 season to claim our first French league title. But, of course, we couldn't have it all our own way. After beating PSG 8-1 in round 9, we were whooped 5-3 by Marseille to be eliminated early out the French Cup. We were also in the UEFA Cup this season, dispatching Dynamo Kiev 5-1 on aggregate, then Club Bruges 4-0 on aggregate in the next round. Karabag were the next team to have, and we swept them aside 8-2 on aggregate to set up a quarter-final tie versus Liverpool. Liverpool, who have Fowler, Figo, Veron, Brolin and Mihailovic, to name a few. They severely humbled us in the end, becoming 11-2 aggregate victors and boosting us out of the UEFA Cup. Well, how about that then, eh? French League champions, not even a season into managing the team. And not only that, but we did it pretty comfortably, might I add. Only 6 losses, 5 draws, 23 wins. We joined, I think we're about there. Actually, I can have a look at it if we have a look at the past positions. Yeah, so it was about there, bang on, match day 10, where I beat Le Havre 4-2, and it just got better and better and better. If we have a look at the schedule towards from when I did start, win, didn't actually lose a league game until Sochaux back in January. A couple of other losses, and that I'll come to the UEFA Cup in a second. I'm really happy. I'm mind blown. I did not expect that in the slightest. If we have a look at the goals, we've got 27 from Alreza Karimi, who is phenomenal, by the way. Iranian striker. I don't know whether he's a real life player or not, or whether he's just a regen, but a finishing a 17 with acceleration and pace like that and agility, he is the perfect striker. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal player. Bresciani with 23 and 12, 15 and 15 from Amoruso, even Claudio 13 and 9, 5 and 6 from Lamouchi. Taribo West got a couple of goals himself. The beast Taribo West, might I add. Wow. Cannot fault that in the slightest. Really cannot fault that. Apart from the cup competitions. Okay, Marseille. Oh, they're in the Cup Winners' Cup third, but did they go on and win that? No, Saint Etienne won that. So, they did well on that one. The UEFA Cup, though, did Liverpool... They got beat by Lazio in the semi-final. That quarter-final, losing 11-2. Like I said before, I did the highlights reel. The French League standard is nowhere near the English or the Spanish League standard. Not at this point in time in history. And it's proven by this. This was an absolute whooping, a humbling to say the least. The top 3 leagues at this point in time were the Premier League, the Italian League, and the Spanish League. French League was nowhere near it, and it's proven. Oh, we got a long way to go if we want to try and win a European trophy with Auxerre, but we only have one more season to do it. I'm going to have a lot more action in this next episode coming up, episode number 6, because it is our last season, and I also get a proper crack at the transfer window as well. Speaking of which, I don't think I signed anybody in the January. No, I didn't. I didn't sign anybody in January. Nobody left in the January. I just let it sim all the way through. Well, there you go, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Please don't forget to leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel as we still wait for FM25 to come out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much. I'll catch you later. Ta-ra.